And
let's jump to it. Let's talk about
we have
our
something.
situation.
It
Um,
was rather, you know, we had a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, it's
to review our situation, the
mm,
three of you are basically working with this map image. And the critical point is that there are two people, humans, perched more or less on top of what is very evidently a sacred spirit edifice, which has been there a really, really super long time. That there are evidently scary hyenas either
mhm.
stalking the place or settling down to, mind it for the night, and that they you have successfully deduced through that hunting roll that they have been pursuing these humans over a considerable distance, and also a few other things about this whole thing. You will notice that there is some kind of ornamental, fairly large
Yes.
projection on this mound, which is clearly a face or a
Hey.
beak or some kind of a totemic um, of symbol, or even sculpture, really. And the only way that that was made was over centuries of work, including, I might add, embedded blue dragon scales.
Oh.
Right. So
Mm.
yeah, the desert dragons are blue, and are none of you have ever seen one. They're horrifically dangerous monsters, and the and using the dragon scales as part of the decorations is kind of a big deal, obviously. So however, as I mentioned before, although this area is um, clearly been tended over the ages, it's not currently, there's no evidence that somebody has recently been using it properly. So, for example, the little huts, which are not dwellings, those are purification huts. They're um, ritual spaces.
Mhm.
They're not at this time, obviously, in use. Um, there's no, fuel, wood, etc. by the fire. There's no um, the shrubbery, which clearly has been planted or tended to outline this little semi island, is overgrown looking. So nobody has been recently tending to it. So so yes, it's obviously either been fallen away from use or is used seasonally or yearly and is in between its maintenance. So these are all things that shamans would know quite easily. Another thing that Thasha recognizes instantly is that it's built very specifically for the all four elements to come together at once. So the shamanic focus at this spot is elemental rather than, for example, ghostly. So those are just some basic facts. But as far as where you are, you have approached from the land, so from the top of the map, which makes it kind of easy. You're sort of looking up at these mounds of rock and dirt. I believe, Helma, you asked me about the composition of the soil. Um,
Yes, I'm a little bit. As far as I remember, Ithasha and Farid had a little discussion about whether it was safe to approach those young people or not.
Mhm.
And I think Ithasha is convinced that if she can get close enough to them to realize that she's a shaman, they wouldn't dare to attack her because they don't know what she probably could put up for defenses
well,
or even counterattack. So she's pretty confident maybe overconfident, but she plans to go close to them.
Okay.
Although I figure she'll try to sneak up on them a little bit to get close enough.
Can I answer your question?
So I was thinking of changing to snake form and burrowing as far as possible, maybe, as well as trying to figure out if and what defenses I could put up.
The entire region here is clearly optimized for duster use. So not only could you burrow in order to get into this space where the huts are and the fire pit and basically that entire area, some of it is too dense or rocky to pass through directly, but overall it is not. So then the mound or the little hill that's built up in the middle is almost optimized for dusters to wriggle up through. It's probably fair to say that dusters don't even bother. They don't even walk on this. That they actually go subterranean in order to interact with this space, whether in snake form or not. So, I mean, you wouldn't even have to turn into a snake. You could just, dusters are in human form are perfectly capable of digging into the ground and wriggling through the earth without any problem at all. So, therefore, either way, that doesn't mean you wouldn't occasionally encounter too solid ground or rock. You would, but there's not enough of it to really cause you to, you just go around and go where you want it. So,
Good.
yeah, that's the situation. This is a duster holy place. You're going to be able to wriggle around in the dirt. That's what they do. So, so that's the answer to that question. Were there other outstanding questions from anyone?
No, I think it's what when we left off. I wanted to ask Vepshelk if she could assess if the hunting pack of hyenas had acknowledged us, and basically I wanted to tap into her experience as a hunter to see if what she felt could be our best plan of approach.
So, yeah. So where are we? Like, obviously in the line of sight of the hyenas, or they
I think
super far?
we did something. I think at least me and Itasha, we walked toward the big rock on the top right side of the map. We were hiding. We approached from that side because we felt we could cover our tracks a bit better.
The sort of very corner of the holy place.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Right. So you are there. That's fine. Vepshelk is free to go with them or to position herself anywhere else.
Right. Yeah, I'm a Drake right now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're
just to remind everyone, I'm a Drake form. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'm sticking around, I guess, Farith, because Nathasha's going to be under the ground, so I'm going to stick, probably by that rock.
Okay.
And I know I can't communicate to Farith when I'm in this form, right? Only other dusters. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
That's going to change things for me. Also because now I have you I can communicate with, and I have Itasha, who gave me a vibe last session that we had to save these two guys so that she could kill them herself. Because
let's also clarify, just so we all have the right visual image. What is Vepshelk's height in American measurements?
Let me see. 4.5 feet.
Okay, so that means you are precisely 9 feet long, which is just under 3 meters.
Okay, that's pretty big.
That's a Drake.
Wow.
Okay.
Right.
That's like terrifying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the fun part. That's why you were able to grab Farik and run away with him at that one point. You just basically looped a big coil around him and lifted him up and scampered along. So
Right.
Guys, why are you so big?
well,
I'm
they're
pretty
skinny.
big in human form, but
Right.
in snake form, I'm not even.
No, you're pretty
I'm not
long.
even 3 feet as a snake.
Let's take a quick look.
But I'm
Let's just find-
4'10" in human form,
Okay, so
and
let's take a
I'm
look, right.
far shorter in snake form.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's just snake is just height divided by 2.
Right.
Okay, so snakes are much smaller than drakes.
Right.
They're like
So
Oh,
you
yeah.
shrink, so
Yeah.
you shrink into snake form and you expand into drake
Yes.
form. Right.
yeah,
Yes.
that's super cool.
All right. Okay. So with that,
All sizes. We come in all sizes.
Right. All right. So therefore we have the Drake who and Farith who are at that big rock, and we have Ithasha who is beneath their feet effectively.
Yeah, and trying to
Farith,
get close
and
to
Farith
the.
who's standing there realizing that he can't talk to anybody.
Oh, yes, because
Yeah.
I'm gone by now.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, so what shall we? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
All right. So that means I need to ask each of you that
Okay.
wonderful, wonderful Game Master question. What do you do?
I'm halfway up there, and I'm probably going to stop somewhere at the. They are on that rock formation in the
middle.
north of the
Yeah.
compound.
Mm-hmm. In fact,
So
let's put them
basically,
right at the one. Do you see those 2 staircases?
yes.
They are in the
Mhm.
corner. In the corner of those 2 staircases. So there's a great big rock right there.
Okay, so that's where they are.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm basically going to position myself 1 staircase away.
Got it. Okay.
And as I was boring, I doubt I have my tunic on me.
Correct. You
Okay.
have to leave all your stuff behind. So
Yeah, I count on Farid taking it with him when they come.
Father says okay and picks up everybody's
It's
clothes
like,
and
take the
carries
stuff.
them all.
I'm gone.
There they are. They're going
I'm
all
gone.
naked. Going all naked again. I got
I
your
went into
clothes.
specific
Oh,
details
that's my
about the
wife
bag
picking up the
of
girls'
Ithasha.
clothes. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So where's everybody else before I
Yes,
say what I'm going to say?
exactly. So
I think. Okay, you go. I think I should go last because I'm going to watch what you 2 guys that can fly and burrow
Sam,
and all
what
that kind of stuff.
does your Drake form? What do you do in Drake form?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I feel like I'm just hanging back. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't think Vesselk is like completely sure what Ithasha's plan was. She, like last session, she kind of changed into Drake form, kind of before it was fully necessary. I think so. I honestly think she's just watching what Ithasha's gonna do and sticking like right behind Farith.
Okay. So, man and his Drake. What do you do, Farth?
Okay, I think that I'm going to try to do my own thing at this point because I don't want to go rush in the scene without preparation, since I can't communicate with them. And I'm going to study the creatures with my monster knowledge skill if it applies. They're not really monsters, but if I can figure out something about their behavior or how aggressive they're looking, or something more
you're
than
looking at the hyenas. Is that your concern?
Yes, I'm concerned with the hyenas right now, so I'm
so
trying to study what they're doing and why.
Roll your dice.
No, 54. I have 36.
They're a bunch of freaking hyenas.
Nice. Okay.
And so, as you are gazing, so I believe that we now turn to Ithasha for your action, and if it involves any interesting motions, then we're going to have to roll initiative. So you tell me what they are.